Oh, hey there, and welcome. Ooh, that's a frothy one to the Ope-Eh Freeway Pro Wrestling
Fucking should
Podcast
be
on
with how
this.
much snow and cold it's been this week.
Oh, brother, I got me a white mocha stout in hand. It's a Liney's winter special. Had one of these last week too. Turns out they make these in 6-packs, so I
Really?
got a couple weeks worth.
Well,
I
there you
save them
go.
for just such the occasion. But we are here, brother. Episode 66. It's fucking cold outside, as you alluded to, as this beer is alluded to.
Yeah, it is. It is mighty cold. We got 8 inches of snow yesterday. The roads were shit. I guess you could say it was a bit of a blizzard, if you may.
Oh, well, I wouldn't go so far as to say it was a blizzard. I will tell you though, we had something of an event this last Saturday involving a bit of a brawl. I guess you could say it was more of like a brawl, but
And there was
also
some
a
snow,
blizzard.
high
Yeah.
winds. We went to
Snowy.
Great Lakes Championship Wrestling Blizzard Brawl this weekend. Hell of a
Mhm.
show. Very, very fun. Got to see some of the best and brightest of the independents there. And I mean, top to bottom, I thought it was a very fun show. Shout out to the Only Bros, prime time coach, and Boy Toy Troy. Those guys are great. I think they're going to be the future of tag team wrestling.
Living the gimmick, brother. They were living that shit all night. I thought we had
OVW's
Bill
best and
Alfonso
brightest.
for a second too.
Oh yeah, it definitely sounded like Bill Alfonso with their.
I mean, he was hanging out with Tantalizer and Tony, over at WrestleMania this year. So I would be like, maybe just making the rounds.
Yeah,
I'm sure they know him some way, somehow.
Bill Alfonso knows my name, and like I could consider him like a friendly. Like he knows my name, and that's just weird to me. But like, I guess it just comes with the wrestling life.
I mean, talk about
as far
one
as
of our
I'm
other.
doing good, man.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Oh no, I was going to talk about Heath. I was so excited to talk about Heath motherfucking Slater doing it for the kids. He rubbed my tricep when he wanted to get my attention to take photo. We shot a lot of good shit, man. We talked about his boxing. We talked about a lot of stuff. Like you were there. Like he was just broly as could be.
To all the viewers and listeners, focus on the professor real quick. If I can take what Brandon sometimes calls me. If you get the chance to meet Heath Miller, Heath Slater, Heath, whatever you want to call him, do it. He is one of the most genuine and cool people I've met in wrestling.
Oh, he's awesome. He's such cool shit. I'd have 3 beers with him. Did a little pelvis Wesley for him too. Made him pop from the ring after he won. It was great. He pointed out too.
Double fist and Coors Lights. That was just great. But
true Wisconsin.
We are exactly 3 days away from the end of John Cena's in-ring career.
That's so surreal to think.
We had Deadline last Saturday as well. Very big show with everything that happened. And because of the gravity of Cena's last match and Deadline, we thought we'd bring on a guest. Everybody welcome Graham Matthews, a.k.a. Wrestle Rants. Graham, how you doing, man?
Doing well.
Cheers,
Thanks for having me, guys. Yeah, no, cheers. Appreciate you guys having me on. I know this has been in the works now for a while. We go back, at least 2-3 months. I know we were exchanging DMs about making this happen. So I'm very appreciative that you made this happen the week of Cena's last match, coming off a Deadline, a lot of wrestling to get to. So like I said, I appreciate the invite, guys. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah,
thank you for chilling with us.
Absolutely.
Before we get into my normal on this day, Graham, would you want to tell our listeners and viewers who you are and where you're from?
Yeah, sure. I guess you kind of hit upon it a little bit there, but Wrestle Rant, Bleacher Report, you can find all my work there. I've been doing it for about 15 years now, podcasting, writing, video stuff, whatever. I've been covering this great sport that we call wrestling for the better part of the past decade and a half, all the major promotions, and it's pretty much it. So I started watching a little bit later than most people. I didn't start watching until like 2008. I'm 30, so I started watching a little bit later than most people. So I completely missed the Attitude Era. Trust me, it's a great period, but I came in a little bit later. So my fun fact that I tell people, my favorite wrestler is William Regal, because he kind of got me into the product around that time that he was Raw GM.
Really?
So, yeah, and he was amazing in that role. So happy to be here.
There you go.
I appreciate you guys having me on, like you said, and all the names you mentioned, Bel Alfonso. I saw the picture you tweeted from a few days ago. I don't know if you mentioned him here, but Hurricane. Did you meet Hurricane over the weekend too?
Yeah, he was one of the big. They had a few people like Raven was there, but if you only had got tickets to the front 2 rows, you got to meet and greet with Raven.
Oh, that's
which sucks. I would have loved to meet Raven.
Yeah,
Raven's in Mensa.
I had some extra cash, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I want a picture with the Hurricane, just cause. And he was so cool.
Yeah,
and he is legitimately hilarious. Like we were talking about him, and he had a picture of him and The Rock. I don't know if you ever saw that program where they.
That was like The Rock's like last Raw match, I think too.
Yeah. Where he lost the Hurricane, actually.
Yeah, he lost to him. Yeah.
And every segment ended with Hurricane flying off, and The Rock would sell it by looking up into the sky like he actually flew into the air.
Yeah.
And he told me like that was all Dwayne. And then as we were leaving, he like pointed to the picture of him and Dwayne, and he goes, "Hey, rumor I heard, that guy's got a tiny wang."
That's funny. Yeah, no, he seems like a funny guy. And he was in full garb too, like full Hurricane garb too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
Hey, he knows what sells.
Yeah, no, he knows what sells. And he still works for the company too. Like he's a top agent for WWE. So that's pretty
yeah.
Right? Maybe not. Yeah. I thought he was.
Yeah, I mean they thanked him. They thanked WWE for allowing him to participate in the Pillars of Brawl. So I mean,
that's really cool.
Yeah, it was great. And then
Serena Deeb there as well from AEW. Yep. They thanked AEW. Serena Deeb and
Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a pretty star-studded lineup. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
And then a lot of OVW talent. And then one of them is a very local kid, Cal Hero. He's their current heavyweight champion. Won Great Lakes heavyweight championship there. So it was cool to see somebody who lives 20 minutes from where I grew up winning a title there in Wisconsin. That's very cool.
Yeah, no, wasn't he on the show that they did about OVW like a year ago or two, like the wrestler show or whatever it was? I thought he was on there, maybe not.
He probably was. I saw some episodes of it, but I don't really remember it too much.
Okay. Yeah, I think he was on it. I know his dad. I don't know him personally. I know of his dad.
David, he's the booker for Great Lakes. He's
okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
that's cool. Yeah, no, it's some names I know. That's pretty sick. That sounds like a fun time.
Oh yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Don't know if anyone from the promotion's watching this, but congrats on getting Pato next year. They're moving out of the Waukesha Expo Center, running the Potawatomi Bingo and Casino. Bigger venue, cheaper seats. So doing it for the people. Love it. Spirit of indie wrestling. So
good shit.
Good shit.
Oh yeah. With the prices of WWE seats right now.
So. Oh my God. Yeah. Tell me
about they're going. Yeah.
But we just talked about the past that's real recent, but why don't we talk about some past that's a little bit farther back, if you guys will indulge me real quick.
You think you know me?
Do we have this? Oh, we do have the sound there.
Don't have it on Riverside, but we have it here.
And cut.
All right, and we are going very far back. 1972. Ric Flair would make his professional wrestling debut in Rice Lake, Wisconsin.
Tie it all in.
Yeah.
You know what's funny?
A Wisconsin boy, basically.
We were talking, too, about how I think it was Wyatt Rhodes, the blonde one, looks, I swear to Christ, looks like Ric Flair just jumped out of an old fucking PWI magazine from, like, just spit an image of Ric Flair, like a Flair Dusty hybrid, man.
It literally, the Rhodes brothers won the Great Lakes tag titles this Saturday.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, I've seen pictures of them, yeah.
And, like, I can't remember the black-haired one. He looks like Cody 2007, Silver Spoon Cody.
Wayne.
Yeah.
I think it's Wayne.
And then Wyatt looks like you take Cody's face and put it on 1980s Ric Flair. Like, the hair is the same.
Mm-hmm.
What's the relation? Like, how are they related? Is that like his nephews or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the elder sister, like Dustin and Cody's elder sister, that's her sons.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
The one who was the cheerleader for the Dallas Cowboys or whatever they said.
Okay.
I think Teal, maybe. Teal Rose.
Oh, yeah. Teal. Yeah. Margaret. Yeah. Teal. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, but usually I don't get to jump ahead when it's that far back, but we're going to jump ahead just a year. I don't get to do this. Usually it's like 20 years later, but 1973, Bruno Sammartino defeats Stan Stasiak to become the first man to ever hold, at the time, the WWF Championship twice.
Yeah. Well, that was because he still made a couple thousand days. Well, it wasn't a couple thousand. It was well over 1,000 days that he had that
like
second reign.
1,200 days, I think. Like it was.
Yeah, Roman surpassed it. I know that.
Roman beat his second reign, but nobody is ever going to beat his first reign. Reign,
hell no.
That is unbeatable.
That will stand. Yeah. I don't see anyone beating that.
And then we'll jump ahead to 2000, Armageddon. And this is known for the Armageddon Hell in a Cell, 6-man Hell in a Cell. Kurt Angle would retain the WWF Championship, defeating Undertaker, Rikishi, Stone Cold The Rock, and Triple H, completely star-studded, mainly known for number 1 being a 6-man Hell in a Cell and the choke push, not a choke slam. It was a choke push from the Undertaker to Rikishi, off the cell onto a truck with a bed and some, I think, like sawdust or hay or something.
It was like shavings or some shit like that. Yeah. He slammed the hell really good. Like he bounced. Even with that padding, you're just like, poof, just you see this like rain of shavings just still come down on Rikishi from just the force that went down. But that's 250 pounds a man, and he took that like a champ too. Like if I'm 250 pounds, and if I'm jumping anywhere from like 6 feet in the air, like I'm like doing a little one of these. So like Rikishi falling backwards at 350 pounds into a sawdust bed, even that, man, that takes balls. So I mean, kudos to Rikishi, man.
Well, he deserved it for doing it for The Rock.
Because he backed that ass up. He backed that ass all the way up into that.
That was the only down they did, right? Did they do any other? Like that was the one and only they ever did.
One and only.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I mean, it makes sense because if you given the time period, I mean, all the people you mentioned in that match, it was star-studded as fuck. Obviously, it was the Attitude Era. It makes sense.
Oh yeah.
It's just kind of crazy. They just never. Like I don't even think they did a 4-way. Like they did a couple triple threats and like the two.
There was one 5-way, but it was a dark match.
Yeah. Which I don't know if ever.
Dark.
I mean, it's on a fucking DVD or something, but like they didn't put it on. I don't know. It's out there somewhere. You can watch.
It might be on the vault.
It might be on. Oh, okay. Yeah, the vault might have it.
And you were saying you know you're only 30. You got into wrestling in 08. I'm 29, so we're pretty close in age.
Oh, okay.
I got into wrestling in 05.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Before we'll get into Deadline first, but the reason I got into professional wrestling is 100% John Cena.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This is like this week, like I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, man, I am not fucking ready at all.
It's bizarre, dude. It's bizarre to think about this.
Yeah.
And just the fact that I remember, you sit there, you remember the announcement of when he said he was going to be taking this whole year to do effectively a tour and then retire at the end. And you think of like really how far away that was, but like that, man, it just went.
Seriously. Yeah. It was already a year and a half ago and it's already over, which is insane.
Yeah. Our other co-host I was telling you about, Donnie, who, like I said, is on, if I can quote, a piece of shit sabbatical. That's what we'll call it.
Donnie, love you.
Yeah, love you, Donnie. And he was at that show where he announced the retirement tour. And then
in Toronto?
He's a Canadian. That's where the
cool.
Or the A comes from in our name.
And
we got two Wisconsinites.
So
Midwest.
Oh, that makes sense. I was going to ask you guys that. I figured I thought you guys all were Canadian, but then you said you were from Wisconsin. I'm like, okay, maybe there's some
we'll give you a little inside baseball. WrestleMania 40, which I see on your post you were at, or your Twitter you were at. Which is like,
I was there. Yeah.
Great.
So it's probably just missed each other, but we were not podcasting at the time.
Were all three of you guys there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's where I met.
Awesome. Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I met Donnie at a tailgate that was held by, I think, like Joe's Crab Shack.
Okay.
And it was like $100 to get in and then like $160 for VIP, where you get to meet a wrestler. The Saturday it was Mandy Rose. And I was like, yeah, I could go without. I did end up meeting her. She's very nice. Like she's a very
nice,
sweet person. And like I went to the bar because it said free drinks, but it was free drinks for the VIPs. They didn't word it correctly on the website. And I paid $20 for a big old can of Stella Artois. And I was like, I'm used to like $4 drinks in Wisconsin because If you know
you're
anything
in
about
Philly
Wisconsin,
territory. Yeah.
we like to drink. And so I ended up sneaking into the VIP section, and then Mojo Raleigh was like part of the event. And they were like, all right, Mojo won the Andre at this Mania. How many people were that? And I was like, the two people before me were like 80,000. I was like, it's Camping World Stadium. It was like 65,000 max. And it was like 60. I think I guessed 64, and it was like 63.5. And they're like, you win this giant karaoke set. And I was like, I can't take that on a plane with me, man.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll take free VIP tomorrow. I didn't even buy a ticket for the next days. And it was meet and greet with Kurt Angle. I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. And the guy's like, let's do it. And then we're sitting at a table drinking, and Brandon brought up Wisconsin. I was like, I'm from Wisconsin. And then he asked me where I was from. I told him we live like an hour from each other?
Not even that. No, we grew up. So if you grew up in that one place and then I grew up in the other, like we were probably like for a long time, like 25, 30 minutes, 30 minutes at most from each other. And we ran into each other in Philly at day 2 of WrestleMania. Of all places.
That? Yeah.
Drinking fucking Yinglings and tossing back potato salad or macaroni salad, whatever the fuck they had there, and hot dogs. I was kind of expecting a little more. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna shit on the food now, but like
they had that really good crab dip though. Let's not forget that.
They did. That was bomb. I'm not gonna lie. It was
and yeah,
that redeemed it a little bit for me.
We were talking on Instagram, and Brandon had a few libations, and it was just like, hey, let's start a podcast. And me and Diane
were like, fuck it, boys, let's go.
Made it.
We tried to get Baltimore in there too, but
for the longest time, we were just recording on our Discord, and we kind of, since Donnie left, he didn't want to be on the cameras. We moved it over to here to make it a little easier. We're kind of splitting time between here and Riverside, just because the StreamYard like premium is a little too rich for my blood at this point. I think we'll get it at some
definitely
point.
Pricey. It's easy to use, but it's definitely pricey. Yeah.
But yeah, and now we're a year and a half in. We've had a couple of guests on NXT with Najee. We've had
I've met him before. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah,
we've had the Beards on. We've had both JPJ and Pluggo together and separately. And I mean, we were just on the Beards last week, and
good shit. Oh yeah, I saw him tweet about that. Yeah, it's good shit.
We're very much like just like dipping our toes into the collab side of things, but like it's been a fun ride so far.
Yeah, no, happy to hear it. That's awesome that you guys met at WrestleMania itself, and we're like, you know what, fuck it, let's just like do a podcast. You know, because it's not often. Usually, because sometimes you'll meet people when you go to these shows, and you're like, hey, that guy was cool or whatever, but you never talk to them again. Like, it's cool that you guys not only stayed friends, but you started the show out of it too.
Right.
That's
we went to WrestleMania 41 together too. We were gonna probably do 42. Yeah, we were gonna do 42. I think we're still possibly. There's variables involved, like Donnie's got his life stuff, and it's Vegas, baby. Yeah, like $30 for Johnny Rocket's my ass, dog. But
if I can't do 42, well, I'm not saying I'm going to do 43 because that's not going to fucking happen in a million years.
I think you said you're definitely going to Saudi. I thought that's what you told me previously.
Did I?
Did you book your flight already, Pierce?
I think that's what it was.
You got to book in advance. Yeah.
I think you told me that you said you were going you said, I'm sorry, you wouldn't go to WrestleMania 43. You were already booked for the Rumble. That's what you said in Saudi in January. That's what you said you were going to, right? Or no?
I mean, it'd probably be nicer weather than it is in Wisconsin right now. So.
There's bound to be some crazy shit. They'll resurrect the dead for that Saudi Rumble, brother.
Oh, they fucking will. Yeah. They dust off Ultimate Warrior's corpse to be number 30.
Oh yeah, brother. You're in for a treat.
And the fake Yokozuna. Can't forget him.
Oh, can't forget about that. Got to get Undertaker back, fake Yokozuna, and the Ultimate Warrior. I can't wait. I'm excited. It's going to be such a shit show. I'm pumped.
But did you notice, we're kind of going off the beaten path, but we're having fun. You notice that they put out the poster, and the poster's great. It's got it's very cool. The timing is weird on it. It's a 3 p.m. Eastern show.
So I figured it would be earlier because a lot of the Saudi shows have been in the afternoon. I honestly thought it would be even earlier than that. I thought it'd be like 1 p.m. It will be weird.
It's 1 or it's noon for us, and 1. I think you're in the Philadelphia.
I'm on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like 1, but it's a late show for Saudi.
Yeah, they must be starting later there, which is good. But I mean, to us, like noon one is not really much fucking difference, I guess. But no, it is a late show for Saudi. That is interesting, and it's also probably going to be a long show, I'd imagine. I mean, it's not 2 nights, at least not yet. So I mean, I keep it one night.
They were saying it's going to be four matches, and people were bitching about that. For Survivor Series, I understand it because they made a 4-match show go 4 hours because of commercials.
The commercial shit is awful, but I mean,
and a bad 4-match show at that, if I can. With the Rumble, it's one of those shows where you can bring in non-wrestling fans, be like, hey, this is what happens. And they'd be like, cool, I'm in. And everybody's excited for the Rumble. A lot of people are more excited for the Rumble than they are for WrestleMania. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, and go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, I mean, I just feel like 4 matches for the Rumble makes sense. I mean, it's been like that for a few years now. The Rumbles go over an hour anyway. I mean, like, does War Games need to be 60 minutes? No, but the Rumbles do. So I get why there's 4 matches.
I was at the Rumble this year, and I felt like the way they paced it was perfectly fine.
I agree. So, yeah.
But if I can't go to Mania, I think I'll go to SummerSlam this year. I think I'm guaranteed to go to SummerSlam because I can just drive there. So
it's Minnesota, right? Isn't that where it is?
Minneapolis.
Yep. Minneapolis. Yep. US Bank Center.
Yeah.
Yep. Right where the Wild play. Go Wild, by the way. My team. My hockey team. But yeah, I just got word from my best friend. He's down to go both nights, Pierce, by the way. So I might have some lodging. Save me a little buckaroos on a hotel. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Say what?
Mania 42 you're talking about?
Media 42?
Oh, Mania 42. WrestleMania 42, sorry.
Oh, no. SummerSlam 26.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the one that's in Mini. Yeah.
If I go, I will let you guys know. I would love to meet you guys in person. If either one of you go, both of you go, be sure to let me know. I would love to meet you guys in person. I will very likely be there, but I don't know. But I've actually never been. I've never been to Minneapolis. I'm looking forward to it.
It's a fun town. Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Like I said, my best friend used to live he's kind of lived around the Twins over the last years, but
okay.
It's a good time. So I think you'd enjoy it, especially in the summer. There's probably shit bustling. It's tolerable for summer weather. It ain't Vegas or fucking.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's good. It's good summer weather. We'll say that. So
yeah, I mean, they had it here in New Jersey last year, which was pretty nice. I mean, weather-wise, I think it was fine, but it was also we were stuck in the sun for a while trying to get into the building. That was it was hot, but I've dealt with some of the worst weather going to these shows. Like I said, I'm also in the Northeast, so we get snow here all the time, rain.
You were in Mania 42. You understand?
Oh my God,
Mania first night was brutal.
Yeah, you guys would know. Night 1 was cold as shit. Night 2 was better, but night 1 was cold as shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting up there in my fucking flannel, just literally parked up, shivering like a motherfucker, watching these guys and girls down in fucking midriffs and tights and shit, doing the lights must be pretty fucking bright because I don't know how the fuck they're doing this shit.
They must heat the rings, right? I think they heat the rings. I might be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe they do now, but I was at the Rumble. We were waiting for our Uber to Lucas Oil, me and my roommate at the time. And Mark Henry was there, and we were just having a conversation.
That's
and
cool.
Mark Henry, if you've never met him, also just a
oh my God, he's one of the nicest people of all time. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people. Yeah.
And he was telling us he wrestled outdoors for Mania 29, where he wrestled, and this is him, Rye Crack, and he said it was cold right away, but once you get into the ring and start moving, then you don't feel it anymore.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I could see that. You imagine boys playing football too, same kind of logic.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you just get the body moving, you're all right.
But speaking of moving bodies, let's get into Deadline.
Let's say, what were we talking about?
What's the segue?
Well, moving bodies, there were bodies moving at Deadline because it was the Iron.
Let's move to Deadline.
Yeah,
it works.
Makes sense.
It was at San Antonio from the Boeing Center at Techport. I've never heard of that venue, but 5 matches on the card. And in the first match, I think I did not get to watch the last 2 matches. I've been kind of busy the past couple of days, but I watched as much as I could. So I will talk about what I can and then give what I saw from clips. In the first match, I think these first 2 matches might be 2 of the most shocking victories of this year from what we've seen. Ope-Eh defeated Ricky Saints to regain the NXT Championship, and officially on Saturday after yesterday's NXT will face Cody Rhodes this Saturday at Saturday Night's Main Event.
Yeah, brothers. I think that this for Oba is going to be about as big for him, if not bigger, than Gunter facing Cena. If I may throw a hot take out there, I think Gunter and Cena is going to be its own thing, right? And I have my own take on that. But like Oba and Cody, I mean, I frankly, I thought Ricky was going to win this. I thought Ricky being Cody's boy reputedly for a long time. For a long time, I thought this was tailor-made to push Ricky into the stratosphere. Like, after this match, he's going to drop the NXT title to whomever, and then Ricky's going to shoot up, and then we're going to see Ricky really take off on the main roster. But now we get Oba, which I'm not arguing about that at all. Like, Oba Femi has been worthy, and Booker made the remark when Oba was facing Javon yesterday. Like, Oba's 3 years in, and he's done like everything there is to do on NXT. Like, there ain't shit left for him. This second title reign is an embellishment, really. Yeah. It's just an extra layer to show how dominant he is in that sphere. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in January at the Rumble in Saudi. That being said, like, I mean, I'm excited for what he's going to showcase with Cody, though, because I feel like it's going to be as much as it was when Cena wrestled Angle. I feel like it's going to be one of those hallmark matches where it shows like this is going to be your guy, one of your big guys for the next 10 to 15 years. Mm-hmm. And I think Cody's going to do his damnedest to make Oba look like impressive and dominant as shit against him. To make him look like he's a threat to any world champion that happens to come out of the woodwork over the next decade or so. Oba's him, man. Like, I had some reservations about them pushing Oba to the extent that they did when he first got his contract, and then he beat Dragon Lee, night one to win the North American Championship. And then you see what he did with that, and you're like, whoa, shit, like, this is the real deal. Then he gets the NXT Championship, and you see how impressive he was with that reign. And, I mean, man, now he's facing Cody Rhodes already on Saturday, the WWE champion. That's a huge, huge endorsement. So, I mean, and Oba's what, like 27 years old in his own right?
He's very young.
So he's got nothing but time. And he's already, again, in the short time he's been in the business, so fucking impressive. So I'm very excited to watch that match on Saturday. But yeah, this match that shocked the hell out of me. I didn't think Ricky was going to be short with that title reign. But maybe they got plans for him too. I guess we'll see, right? So I don't know.
Well, after NXT last night, we'll get into it after we get to the main event. But like, there's some shades of gray with Ricky's characters now, and it's like it's a good shade of gray because he wanted to prove that it wasn't a fluke that he beat Oba, and then he loses the title, and then he wants to be the one to beat Oba again. And there was a chance the winner of the Men's Iron Survivor match was going to beat him, and I don't know if he turned heel. I think he's in a tweener area right now. You could call it a heel turn, but I think maybe after next Tuesday we'll figure out what's going on fully. But like, Ricky in my eyes is one of the best in the world. Like, he also, if you've ever met him in person, he's just a very, very nice guy, super cool, fun to talk to. He's somebody that like understands his character better than most people do. It seems like NXT has a lot of people like that, where they got their characters down like that.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Oba included. But I'm very surprised, but it was a very, very good story. It kind of, I'm not going to say it lived up to this, but it kind of reminded me of Okada Omega 1 in the sense of Ricky knew there was a way to beat Oba. Kind of like Kenny, I hit the one-winged angel. Nobody's kicking out. That's it. I think if he would have hit the Rochambeau, Ricky retains, and he knows how to keep the monster down. But Oba, in his time off, trained, got better than he already was, and showed, you might have been able to keep me down once, but you're not keeping me down again. It's who was the Superman villain there? You can't kill him the same way twice.
I'm not sure, but that sounds familiar though.
It's when the death of Superman. I can't think of the name. I'm gonna have to look it up. But that's
Doomsday.
Yeah, and no, well, it might be Doomsday.
Well, that's Death of Superman. That's the one who killed him. It's Doomsday.
If it's Doomsday, then yeah, that would make sense. Superman, yep, Doomsday. So Doomsday can't be killed the same way twice. Ricky hit those DDTs again. Oba kicked out. So, but with Oba, it's not. You can't beat me the same way twice because you have to put me down. You have to finish me. And he got better, and he could not lose. Graham, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was a good match. I enjoyed this match more than their original encounter at No Mercy a few months ago. That one was also kind of surprising as far as the result was concerned. I thought Femi was definitely retaining on that show. So then when Ricky won clean, I was shocked. And then you're like, okay, so they put the title on him. They're not going to put it on Javon, at least not yet. Because it looked like after their great Heatwave match, and I was there for that one. That was a great match between Femi and Javon, and obviously they ran it back last night, and that was a really good match too. But they were telling the story that Javon could not beat Femi. So then Ricky beats him instead. I'm like, oh, okay, so we'll run with him for a while. And they beat Trick a couple of times, and those were good matches. But then I was also shocked that he lost on Saturday as well for the exact reason that you guys mentioned that, with him being Cody's buddy, we get Cody and Ricky Saints, which would have been a really good match, and I'm sure we'll get it at some point down the road anyway. But Femi is, like you said, Brandon, that guy. He is that dude. He is him. And I think, I imagine we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event later, but I imagine we get a non-finish for that match. It's champion versus champion non-title. So I imagine they're going to want to protect them. But honestly, Femi going in there, and this is obviously completely ridiculous, but Femi going in there and winning clean would be incredible. Like what an endorsement of him that would be. And you can follow up on it by calling him up in a little while and having him feud with Cody or whatever. I don't see that happening, but he has such a high ceiling. He's great. Ricky's great. It was a very shocking way to start the show. And they had the added stakes of the match, with Cody in the distance and they're on the horizon at Saturday night's main event. And the match, the winner of that match advancing to face Cody on Saturday. So really like the match. Happy with the title change. Ricky will be fine. Femi will be fine. Javon will be fine. All these guys are great. And I'm looking forward to the future of the title scene.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to disagree that it'll be a non-finish because going off of John Cena saying these are non-canon matches, I think throws everything out the window right now, except for Cena's last match.
He said non-canon like 3 times, so he might be right about it. He really wanted to emphasize these are non-canon matches. But
guys, settle down.
Yeah, seriously.
So it's a very interesting match we're going to see Saturday. Speaking of interesting matches, another shock winner in the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, Kendall Gray, NXT Evolved Champion, defeats Sol Ruka, Lola Vice, Kalani Jordan, and Jordan Grace. Three falls to everybody else's 2 to win an opportunity for the NXT Women's Championship at New Year's Evil. I thought this was great. I thought this was maybe the best Women's Iron Survivor we've seen so far. Everybody played their roles great. Kendall, I think, is going to be a massive star one day. And them giving her this win this earlier into her career when she's still technically an evolved talent, not even on NXT, shows something. And I think there's a fairly good chance she could win the NXT Women's Championship from JC.
There's a chance. Sorry, go ahead, Brandon.
No, I was going to say, I have no reason not to believe that because you think of people who have done what they need to do in NXT. JC Jane is right there too. She's been there for how long?
At least 4 years. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Well, and you think, I think it's awesome too. I think it kind of harkens back to like when Cena put over, not in the same respect, mind you, but it's like, it's one tier kind of helping the other tier out and kind of boosting that visibility. Like when Cena put over Kevin Owens, when Kevin Owens was NXT champion about 10 years ago, I want to say now, which is crazy also to think, but like, you look at Kendall Gray, you look at her, like her resume, like she's a world-class, like amateur, I believe, freestyle wrestler. She was on a global team. And so it's not like, her in-ring potential is not there. And she's the champion besides. So it's cool to see that with NXT, they're trying to like grant a bit more visibility to Evolve because it's not enough that they're on Tubi, right? Like everyone gets Tubi, but is anyone really watching Evolve?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at enough numbers to really intelligently speak to that, but I can't imagine it's a lot of people because, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I only know vaguely of who like Swipe Right are as an example, right? But like
The only
Kendall
thing I see
Gray,
from Evolve are Nikita Lyons' weird fucking promos that she cuts.
but it's Nikita Lyons, and we know who Nikita Lyons is. We've known who Nikita Lyons is, right?
Yeah.
But like, we don't know as much about like a lot of these up and coming stars, talents that are in Evolve right now. And I feel like NXT having kind of the reach that it does now, especially when you factor in that they're partnered with TNA, you factor, the interactions with AAA and all that other stuff. Like Evolve, naturally, they're going to want to, take talents from there and like particularly their champions and feature them at a higher level. And as we all know, the NXT women's division has been rock solid for well over a year. And so probably even longer than that, actually. But like when you consider like, what a vehicle like that, the NXT women's division could do for Evolve, through Kendall Gray being their champion and now winning this shocking Iron Survivor match, like it shows Kendall Gray's talent and her potential. And it gives Evolve a bit of room to gloat and a bit of extra eye on like, oh, this is Kendall Gray. She just did this. Where did she come from? Oh, Evolve, it's on Tubi. Fuck, like sign me up for like a night or two of that, and then it builds that from there, the viewership and the loyalty and the recognition and all that. So I thought this was the right move. In spite of the star power that was in that match, because Jordan Grace, Sol Ruka, all that, right? Like it's just, you have these women we've talked about on the show, Pierce, where it's like they're ready to be main roster talent now, never mind NXT women's champion. But she overcame all of them. And now she's getting this opportunity, which really is good for the brand too, Evolve. I might have said that 3 times now, but yeah, great match, great outcome. Happy for Kendall Gray.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think the match was really good. They really can't go wrong. I mean, it's been 3 years now that we've been getting these Deadline Iron Survivor Challenge matches. It's really a formula that you would have to make it it would be very difficult to mess this up. Like every installment for the men and women has been really entertaining, had some memorable spots, great final finishes. It's such a great fucking concept. And I hope at some point we can see it on the main roster. It seems like they take stuff from NXT that works. And then you like War Games. I mean, obviously War Games goes back decades to WCW and shit, but like they used it in NXT first before bringing it to the main roster. Hopefully this is one of those things, but NXT would be losing a real gem if they eventually lost this to the main roster because it's so great. But this match specifically, I thought was good. Like you guys said, a lot of fun, unpredictable winner for both this one and the men's one. I had Sol Ruka going over, but I was not upset that Kendall Gray won. She had a lot of momentum coming into this match, and she's been impressive. I don't really watch Evolve, like you were saying, Brandon. I haven't really seen the show all that much. My only real exposure to Kendall has been what we've seen on NXT. And what I've seen has been good, but I didn't really think that she would win. And she won. Not only did she win, she was still is the Evolve Women's Champion. So give some credibility to that brand, like you said. And honestly, I've seen people say go all the way, put the belt on her. Honestly, fuck it, why not? Like, I feel like that's exactly what we need more of on the main roster. Some like, not every title reign needs to be 7 years, or not every title reign needs to be 6 weeks either. We can get, some nice variety. They've done that with the NXT championship. You could do it with the women's one. They had Tatum Paxley as champion for like 2 or 3 weeks. And I think that was totally fine. It was a great moment for her. And I think Kendall Gray can probably hold the championship longer than that. I won't be mad if she loses, but if she can go in there and have a great showing, I think that's totally fine. So I'm glad they're running with her. Her mic skills are still kind of unseasoned, so to speak, based on the promo that I heard her on Tuesday.
Ren is a good idea because
I agree. Ren's super entertaining. Yeah. No, so I like the fact she won, and I think her and JC I'm looking forward to on January 6th.
Cool.
All right. In the next match, shortest match of the night, 8.5 minutes. Ethan Page defeats Mr. Iguana by pinfall to retain the North American Championship. I don't think anybody saw Iguana winning this, which is completely fine. This was more of a comedy match more than anything. I think it was a good come down from the Iron Survivor. You need to have something that really is, especially going with the next match, which is very emotionally charged. Having something a little fun works. And I mean, this is, as Donnie once put it, the Mr. Iguana fan podcast half the time. Everybody loves Mr. Iguana. Ethan Page is becoming one of the best North American champions ever and is one of the best wrestlers in the world. And him coming to NXT has made people aware of how fucking good All Ego is. And I'm very glad for him. It seems like maybe he's going into a feud with the man who appeared at the end of the show and Tony D'Angelo, which is fine. I don't know what Tony. We'll talk about that when we get to the main event because I have no idea what the fuck they're doing with Tony D'Angelo.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought this was fine. Good come down, right winner. Brandon, what'd you think?
Yeah, about echoing your sentiment there. I don't think Donnie would favor Mr. Iguana over the greatest North American of all time, given his country a lot of glaze. Done so as, both North American and still AAA mixed tag champ with one Chelsea Green, whom Donnie and Marta are both big marks for. Can't say I blame them. Great match and continuing the reign that Ethan Page is on. I expect he'll hold on till Stand and Deliver. He'll probably get to throw him there. I could see that. But yeah, he ain't losing that belt anytime soon. So great showing for Mr. Iguana, though.
Yeah, real breakout star. I mean, this guy arrived obviously through AAA, and he's made appearances on the main roster at a few different points. Obviously, they're still using him in AAA. He's been on NXT a fair amount in the last couple of months. I wouldn't be shocked if he was in the Royal Rumble in January just to get that Joe Hendry pop that we got earlier this year. He's done well. I mean, for a match that kind of came together at the last minute, I thought they worked well together, had a nice match. Ethan Page has had better title defenses. I don't think anyone actually thought Mr. Iguana was winning, but it was a good match. I'm looking forward to seeing where he goes from here, if it is Tony D'Angelo or someone else. It was perfectly fine for what it is. But like I think the top 2 takeaways, what both of you guys said, specifically with Ethan Page, the guy's fucking awesome. And I think he's always been really good, and he's also gotten better over the years. But like it's amazing to see how lost in the shuffle he was, so to speak, in AEW and in Ring of Honor. And in NXT, he just fits it like a glove. Now, he might get lost in the shuffle on the main roster. Hopefully not. But he's had a great run, and hopefully at some point, I don't know if it's Joe Hendry that's going to unseat him as champion or whatever. But I'm looking forward to seeing what else he can bring with this reign as the North American champion.
Great shouts all around, except for the lost in the shuffle in the main roster. That dude is going to main event of Mania, man.
I hope so. Hey, listen, we say this. Triple H, from your lips to Triple H's ears. Let's hope so, but you never know with this company.
Paul, if you're listening.
I mean, yeah. LA Knight could tell you a few things about that.
Yeah.
Well,
poor guy.
If we can sidebar, I think last night's Raw, and I think I saw you tweet about this, Graham. I think that's showing that LA Knight's for sure winning the fucking Royal Rumble.
He fucking has to, man. There's no listen. I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is. I just said in the tweet that he has. Like, there's no way you do that shit and he doesn't win. Because if he doesn't, and I'm just convinced it's the fucking. And I don't use this word lightly. I don't think anyone else, like wrestling fans, are like, blah, blah, blah. This feels like a burial. I'm sorry. Like if someone loses a match, they're like, that person's buried. I don't feel that way about
Brandon.
99%.
He's talking to you, Brandon.
I've used that word a fair bit of times, yes.
So, it's a common wrestling trope. I get it. But LA Knight, I'm sorry. It was a fucking burial on Monday. Does that mean he's winning the Rumble? I would love to think so. I wish I could have your optimism, Piers. I don't share it here. I don't think he's winning, but maybe he will. We'll see. Anything
could be Cody Rhodes, could be Ricochet,
Number one.
Exactly.
Remember when Ricochet got fucked up with a car?
Never saw him again.
Title January 5th. That should happen. Number 2, you finish the Vision LA Knight storyline at Mania with LA Knight winning the world title. That makes 1,000% sense to me. And it puts 2 people in a main event that have not been there.
I would love to see it. I don't think that's happening. I think it's more likely we see Rowan in the main event, the same faces, which is okay, whatever. But I think it absolutely, if they were logical, then they would do that. Because the guy's, moreover, for the push this guy has gotten, which is almost nothing. He has done almost nothing all year. He's been in a lot of main events. He's lost almost every fucking one of them, though. For a guy that gets so much television time, I have not seen someone lose more matches yet still be as over as he is. It is honestly incredible and deserves to be studied. And I hope he wins, but I don't think he will.
Maybe we'll have you on for the Rumble predictions, or we'll hop on Wrestle Rant with you and we can talk about it. That'd be fun.
Better the predictions than the review, because I may not be alive after that review. Because imagine what if we do the predictions and we predict him to win and then he doesn't win? I'm not gonna even get my hopes up anymore. I'm done with this shit. I'm not giving them my fucking faith anymore. I'm finished.
It's hard being an LA Knight fan, man.
It is. But it's hard out here.
Being a Cowboys fan.
That's closer to a burial than what Brandon called a burial earlier in the year. You may not know this, but we said, we went to Mania. Brandon does not like Jey Uso at all.
Okay.
I'm number one Jey hater, and that's fine.
He's not a fan of
the Rumble win. At least you're
consistent. He's not a fan of any of the matches. He beats Gunther. The episode we have after we come back, this is the biggest burial I've ever seen. And me and Donnie were like, no, it fucking wasn't.
Of Jey or Gunther you're talking about?
Gunther. He said Gunther.
Oh, okay. I think you said Jey. Okay.
I'm just saying he looked like shit. That's all.
We shouldn't have tapped out immediately. I agree with that. I mean,
to his own hold
with the Gunther character, because cracks in the armor and he quits. It's him and John Moxley are very similar in that.
I was gonna say, yeah, we call him John Moxley, but yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, he made up for it. At least Gunther somewhat made up for it. You know, they're rewarding him with Cena's last match, so I can't. You know, hindsight is not always 20/20.
Title and 2 months later. That's my big thing.
Well, they made up for that. I think they saw the fuck ups they made and they pivoted. So I like to think so anyway. But
WWE likes the moments right now more than anything else. Look at CVV's interview with Cena. The heel turn was just for the moment.
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to get into that. That shit pissed me off. And talking about, they would turn him heel for a moment. And like, he asked him about The Rock. And he's like, he goes, who cares? I mean, why do you want to know, like, about The Rock's involved? He literally said,
because the heel turn was fine. It could have been great. It could have been shit. I think it was perfectly, like a 5 out of 10. It was
not like the heel run you're talking about.
The entire run, 5 out of 10.
Yeah, the turn itself was 10 out of 10. The run itself,
10
out of 10.
Could have been worse. It could have been much better. Could have. They really should.
All they needed to do on TV was have Cena say, "I aligned with The Rock for this reason, and Travis Scott was there for this reason, and everything would have been fine."
Well,
they never gave any closure to it.
No, they didn't. To say now that they fucked up with that would be holding yourself accountable. I mean, Cena himself is accountable for a lot of the mistakes that he's made. He's talked about that in interviews, but he's not going to sit there and point fingers at The Rock and Triple H, whose fault this is, by the way, because he doesn't want to offend anyone. He doesn't want to bother anyone, wants to be on their good side. Cena, just say that it was fucking Triple H and Rock's fault, specifically The Rock's fault, and we can just move on. But he's like, oh, who cares? Like, you know what, dude, fuck you. That's such a non-answer. That pissed me off.
Oh yeah.
Whatever gets you a couple extra zeros on that license contract.
Exactly.
Ambassador contract. Yeah.
Whatever, John. Just whatever.
Company man, Cena.
Yeah, seriously.
In the next match, Izzy Dame with Nico Vance and Sean Spears defeated Tatum Paxley by pinfall, 12.5 minutes. This was the right choice. Having Tatum win here would not have made too much sense this early on. They can have this story breathe a bit. I think maybe we get Tatum. Maybe Tatum can get called up too, and then you can put her in with the Bailey and Lyra storyline, because Lyra and Tatum, that's the whole thing with Tatum. She's losing friends, but she still seems to have Lyra with her. Maybe you get a cup of coffee with Lyra in NXT for a little bit. But yeah, I mean, not much else to be said. Fine match from what I saw. Right winner. Izzy, I think, is somebody who's going to be a massive star in NXT in 2026. Brandon?
Yeah, likewise. Izzy is up on the rise. She's getting a little bit of heat under her. I could see her easily contending for whatever championship they want to throw at her come 2026. Same thing with Tatum. Like, I think she's kind of similar vein as we were talking about with JC. Like, she's been around for a bit on NXT, and given the fact that she won the title and she then lost it, I don't know. I'm not that compelled to see her as NXT Women's Champion again. I feel like she kind of had her story. She had her moment. And now I think it's just right. I think with Lyra and Bailey kind of, I don't want to say stagnating, but you're not seeing them as featured as heavily. I feel like when they had that big 5 women tag team run in that they did last week, I think that Lyra and Bailey were probably arguably like the weakest links out there. So if you throw Tatum in there as a hypothetical, right? I feel like you could generate some intrigue there, right?
And then you get a full-on heel turn from Bailey, and hopefully they change their fucking terrible music. That's just
yes,
me.
please. If nothing else comes from that, then yes,
Just
please let's change that
it.
music.
It's three different things in one.
Dude. The music is
cheeks.
terrible. Yeah, it's cheeks.
Yeah.
It's three things in one.
I was going to say something.
Know which way it wants to go every other fucking note.
I was going to say something about Bailey and cheeks, but I should.
I mean, I was going to say the joke is there's a joke to be made there. It's there. Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Something about Bailey and cheeks. Yeah. Anywho, I'll keep my opinions to myself.
I like your idea though about Tatum and Lyra, because they were teasing it on NXT recently, like maybe a month ago or something. It was before she won the title, I think. And oddly, it didn't really go anywhere. I don't think like after she won the championship, I thought Lyra might congratulate her, and that was why Lyra was there, or like, oh, tell her that Izzy might turn on you soon. That never happened. So maybe that was to plant the seeds for a future reunion on the main roster. I think that'd be cool. I mean, it kind of sucks that Tatum had a partner in Shotzi and Gigi, and they just fired them. that was kind of weird.
That was bizarre.
Earlier this year, but at least she's getting some shine. And I agree with you guys. I'm fine with Izzy winning here. The match was fine. Nice story. It was less about the action, more about the storytelling. She stood up to Izzy, but still lost. They can drag out the feud a little bit longer. No complaints.
Don't mind me being a degenerate and popping another Zen. In the main Iron Survivor Challenge, Javon Evans, 2 pinfalls to everybody else's 1, defeated Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, Deion Lennox, and Miles Bourne to win the opportunity for an NXT Championship match that he cashed in yesterday. The other 4 men are going to face next week for the opportunity for the New Year's Evil shot. Javon would end up losing that match because of Ricky Saints interfering. As for this match, I mean, I picked Miles Bourne to win. I think that Miles Bourne is somebody they could strap a rocket to very easily. If you look at the beginning of 2025 to the end, it's night and day. He's no longer just Randy Jr., for lack of a better term. We met him WrestleMania weekend at WWE World because he was at one of the free areas. And
one of those access things. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. How was he?
Oh, he was very nice. Very quiet, soft-spoken dude. Same with Charlie Dempsey. If you ever meet Tavion Heights, though, man, that guy is a fucking ball of energy. And
I've interviewed him years ago, like before when he got signed, but before he was on TV. He was like, I saw at that point, I'm like, yeah, this guy is, to me, I think he's got star potential. I really like.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind if he was the one to face Cena on Saturday. Like if they were trying to keep it where like Cena puts over a young guy, I would have liked to see Tavion in that tournament.
Tie back in because I'm pretty sure that Tavion was an Olympian at one point.
He was, he was on the Olympic team.
Full circle.
Yeah,
not like better than gonna be fucking Gable Steveson, but like
I was gonna say, he's much better than for how heavily they touted Gable Steveson. All of that hype should have gone to Tavion Heights instead. He is far better in the ring, on the mic, charisma. He's got everything Gable did not.
Gable seems to have found his niche in MMA. I don't know if you saw the fight he was in recently. He knocked out a guy with a hook, and the guy was falling down, after he got knocked out, and he double-legged him faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, good for him.
It was
after he knocked him out.
Yeah, you could see the guy was knocked out, and he went for the double leg and did it in like half a second. And I was like, God damn, this is the like most pure
killer instinct, brother.
Seen since prime Brock Lesnar in MMA.
Wow,
and
fucking give her.
But getting back to this match, I think that like I said, I thought it was going to be Miles Bourne. I think Deion getting some shine is good. And I think there's a good chance he wins the 4-way next week. But I think they went with the right winner, especially knowing that it was going to be against Ope. I think Javon probably still beats Ope for the championship at some point. Because I think somebody put up a stat. He's 0-10-1 in championship matches.
Javon?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
No, at 21 sense. Years old, too. That's wild.
That's insane. Yeah. He got a lot of title matches, though. That's crazy.
It's very much like always the groomsman, never the groom. I'm trying to think who in wrestling that's kind of like, I would say it's kind of like a Kofi Kingston.
LA Knight.
LA Knight's a good shout. I mean, Miles got some hops. I did not expect that. Dude almost cleared Javon and Leon. I mean, everybody in here showed up. It's the right winner. And then after the match, Tony D'Angelo showed up after everybody thought he was possibly dead. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Tony D'Angelo. I think it's interesting. There's a chance he's the Hooded Man. I don't think it is, and I still don't want it to be Austin Theory, Brandon.
That's okay. You can have that opinion. Yeah.
But
no, they gave me shit all year for being Theory, Mark, by saying he's still the future of this company.
You keep saying he's going to main event of Mania. I just don't think that's going to happen.
He will. Okay.
You said it was going to happen next year.
You can say that.
It's not happening next year.
Brother, we got time. He could win that Rumble for all we know. He could be unhooded and just fucking clear people out that ring.
If he wins the Rumble,
just saying.
I will pay for your flight to Vegas.
Fucking, I'll be waiting on that direct deposit, brother. I'll be waiting for that notification.
I think you're both right, honestly. Listen, I think Theory is great. I think they fucked him over royally several times in the last several years, especially under Triple H. I don't know whose fucking coffee he pissed in, but
apparently
at the same time, I agree with both of you. I think Theory is excellent and he could be the future. I don't think he can be the future until he gets, I don't want to say fired first. I feel like he has to leave first. I feel like the damage has been done because they have done this man so dirty in the last 2-3 years. He's only 20 something, so his career is not over. I just think that I can't take him seriously. Like if he's under the hood, I think he probably will be him. And there's worse options than Theory, by the way. But I just can't take him seriously in that role because they have made him such a fucking loser for so long that when he unhoods, and presumably if people don't care, they're going to be like, oh, look, people don't care about Austin Theory. No, it's not that they don't care about Theory. It's because you've made us care, not us care about Theory because you booked them like shit. That's the company's fault.
Do you know a lot about New Japan? Or have you seen
I don't follow it like regularly, but like enough. It depends on what we're talking about.
In the lead up to Wrestle Kingdom 8, the winner of the G1 was Tetsuya Naito. And nobody gave a shit. Like he was coming out to, it wasn't even cheers or boos. It was just nothing.
Yeah.
And then they ended up having a poll. And then the main event of that show was Okada.
It was the IC title match, right?
Was the IC title match.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
In the lead up, he was like, I'm the ace of New Japan is me. And nobody gave a fuck. He goes on a trip, goes to Mexico, goes to CMLL, becomes Los Ingobernables. Next time he wins the G1 and he says he's the ace, people fucking believed it and we're down. You need to do something. I'm not saying Theory goes to Mexico. Maybe you do something, put him in Noah for a bit. Put him in
TNA or something, bro.
TNA,
yeah, I know. That's my thing. I just don't think, I agree.
Brandon, I know I give you a lot of shit, but he could be a massive star and he's got the look. He's got the moveset, the Ataxi is one of the coolest finishes in wrestling.
Great finisher,
yeah, it's great. Yeah, does it involve him leaving the company? I mean, we could have a whole subject on that.
Yeah, it might not need to. I just think that I'm shocked they haven't canned him. I'm happy. I don't want to see him get fired. I'm just surprised that he's been like, this is the same man. We talk about John Cena's last match. He beat John Cena. And John Cena's final loss ever at WrestleMania was Austin Theory, and it meant fucking nothing because they didn't follow up on it at all. That is not his fault. I don't like when people bury him. I don't see why it's Theory's fault because the whole idea that Theory, like he's not interesting or he's not a good worker is bullshit because he's really good in the ring. And before that whole thing with Cena, he was getting great heat. And they just booked him like shit after that. That whole promo with Cena burying him, by the way, was just fucking nonsense. I think that was totally... I don't know if that was a company's fault, Cena's fault, whatever. They put Theory in a tough spot. Where Cena literally said in that promo
on the company because Vince, and say what you will about Vince, in his last couple of years, saw something in Theory, and rightfully so. But then he got kicked out because he's a piece of shit. And Triple H is like, okay, I don't want you at the top of the card. I don't think you're there yet. And then they had him cash in for the U.S. title, which was fucking stupid.
Garbage.
The next week he still wins the title. They have him get buried by Cena, and then everything that Cena said in that promo: if you lose everything. If you win, you are going to lose everything. And it was 100% true. They got something right with the Grayson Waller partnership, but then he got hurt, and the face turn never happened. So
I just don't know
he's in the
why.
weeds.
It was exactly that, though. He literally said that. Why would you say that? Because it wasn't even true. It's like because he said it, then it became true, in my opinion. I don't think that was true if he doesn't say that. Where he goes, if you lose, you lose. Okay, makes sense. If you win, doesn't matter. People still won't care. Why the fuck would you say that? That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That was an outright burial. When you talk about biggest Cena burials, that almost leads the list. That shit made no sense. It pissed me off, and we still are reaping the consequences of that.
I'd say it's number 2 because the Nexus are right here.
Well, Nexus is one. I mean, that's they have their own plaque on that fucking Cena burial list. It's on that list in terms of verbal burials. That's just that shit made no sense. So listen, I agree with Brandon. I think Theory is a star. They just got to figure out how to get there. I don't know if putting him in the division works. You got to like slowly build him back up. To go from being a loser to then main eventing is tough. But you know what? I don't think all lost. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll cap it by saying this is like, I mean, yes, I think of Roman Reigns, right? Roman Reigns wasn't booked as a loser before he met Cena, right?
Yeah.
But people just outright fucking hated his guts, and they hated him because he was the winner, right?
But it wasn't. So they didn't hate Roman because of Roman. They hated Roman because of Vince's booking.
I mean, you can make some argument in Theory's case there as well, but I guess my point is, and I just wanted, before we get too far deviated with just solely Theory talk in comparison, is just like, you know, you put Roman with Cena buried Roman on the mic and made him look like a chump, right? And then same thing happens with Austin and Cena. Now it's a little bit more of a delay, but then, you know, Roman afterwards subsequently get put with Paul Heyman, and, you know, Paul has a little bit of liberty with how he's, you know, helping, I guess, with the booking and writing process for Roman. Roman's tribal chief to the moon. Great. Other variables that take into account too, but I mean, it worked in Roman's favor. So now my hope is, and I'm not saying this is a guarantee of success, but my hope is that if you put at least Theory with not so much the vision as with Paul Heyman, that you can meet with some measure of success. Because like you said, all the tools besides are there. You couldn't exactly say the same for Curtis Axel. You couldn't exactly say the same for Cesaro even, right? I feel like all around Theory has a bit more promise than both of those guys. Maybe not to the level of Roman Reigns. He certainly doesn't have his pedigree, but he has a lot of potential. And so that's where I feel like this is kind of going to be, if it's not Theory, and if Theory in fact is going to get canned, then this is Theory's last stop before, like, we tried everything, brother. We don't have anything for you. So
I agree with that. I agree with all of that, except what doesn't give me faith, before we move on, is that I saw that report from less than a week ago saying that Heyman wants Theory in the Vision. I'm like, oh, nice, cool. Like, it's exactly what you said. That's promising. And then the report finished with saying, so he can take pinfalls for the group, so Breaker and Reed don't have to lose. I'm like, that's the fucking problem. Why? If that's true, that is absolute. Theory is going to get fired in a year. That's what the fuck? Why? It's ridiculous. I hope not. I hope that's not true. So,
the sheets are very dirty these days, brother.
Yeah.
So
you can pull a heater of NXT.
Hope that's not true. Yeah. What'd you say, Pierce?
Yeah, we'll see.
You could pull somebody from NXT like a heater, like somebody like a Tony D'Angelo, and they probably
he could give him all the losses. Who cares? I just think Theory has a higher ceiling than that. It's just not fair.
Right, I agree.
Well, we went off the beaten path from Iron Survivor. Do you guys got anything else on that match before we get into the sappy part of the show where we all start crying because Cena's retiring?
Nah. I mean,
well, if we were to rate Deadline, from the looks of it, I'd probably give it an 8. It looks like it was a very fun show. Everything delivered. The shocks were good. Brandon?
Yeah, I'd give it an 8. Iron Survivor did the concept justice. 2 strong matches. Ethan Page continuing on his reign. Izzy Dame boosting her stock. Yeah, solid. Very solid.
Yeah, I'd agree with an 8. I think 8. Yeah, I'd probably go 8. I think the only other NXT PLE this year that may have been better was the Stand and Deliver show, where every match was a banger. But beyond that, a lot of the NXT PLEs are just kind of like okay, and there's like one great match. I thought this was a consistently strong show, like Brandon said. So I'd probably go an 8 as well.
All right. Well, that's our ratings on Deadline, and now we are going to get into Saturday night's main event. This is, let me see, it is, which one? It is the 17th? Yeah, 17th
Probably.
Saturday night's main event.
Oh, it's got to be 30. It might be 17. I'm pretty sure there's been like at least 30 of them.
Maybe it's 32. I don't know. I don't know Roman
numerals. Since it had come back.
I'm stupid.
What are the Roman numerals? Do you see what it says?
XL2.
Wait,
42.
No, that's 42. Yeah, it coincides with Mania. That's right. 42.
Yeah. That's the mnemonic device there. Yeah.
We'll start with the matches. First off, Brian Alvarez reported today that Cena is apparently going to be opening the show. I think let's start with that before we get into the matches. We're going to end with Cena and Gunther. That's a fucking terrible idea because people will leave the arena.
That's what I said.
People will leave the arena.
People paid $10,000, brother,
to go on first. I see the merit in it because then, like he said on Rogan, people are going to just fucking forget about me. And it's going to be the next show. But this is Cena's last match. And you can say it's Hogan. You can say it's Austin. You can even say it's Bruno. You could say it's Roman. You could say it's Undertaker. But if we're talking objectively, there is one greatest of all time when it comes to WWE. And it is 100% John Cena. Nobody had his run. Nobody has his title reigns. It is Cena, and he stands alone on that mountain.
Interesting. So it's not Stone Cold, you're saying?
So Stone Cold, I think, is objectively the greatest superstar of all time. But when it comes to the WWE canon, Stone Cold's run was only about 4 years.
Yeah.
John Cena was the face of the company from 2005 to 2015, and probably longer than that, too, if you really look at it. They tried to position Roman in that spot, and they didn't want him. The fans, specifically. And, well, the adult fans. The kids loved him. Because, it's Roman. Cena, there's nobody that had a run like Cena. Nobody had a consistent face of the company run like Cena. 17 titles probably will never get broken. He says he wants to shake the hand of the person who gets 18. It's not going to happen. And yes, I know, Brandon, it's not Cena, but I can't help the way that they did the titles on WWE.com. And that's not my fault. That's on WWE. For a longest time, they did not retire after Cody won it.
You're right. Yeah, it's very dumb.
Fuck you, Brandon. Not wrong.
What did I say? All I did was invalidate your claim. That's all.
Forever.
Shit.
Yeah.
All I did was invalidate your claim, brother.
You have somebody who can probably objectively be called the greatest WWE champion of all time. The greatest U.S. champ of all time, bar none, in my opinion. And finally got the Grand Slam. He has a couple of tag titles that most of the time were just for nothing, but like just padding stats. But nobody had his run, and nobody will ever have that run again. Cody is having a great face of the company run. He said he wants to go till he's 45. He's 40.
Oh, yeah, no, he's not going to have the same sort of run. I think the thing with Cody is that they really should have pulled the trigger sooner than they did. I'm not talking like, he should have won at 39. I'm talking about like when Vince was in charge, he could have been like the new Cena, I think, like 10 years ago. But they just waited way too long. But I'm glad he's in the role now. It's better late than never.
Are you talking about like following the unprettier or the undashing look that he had going on there?
I'm talking like when he was Stardust, which was terrible. I would have not done Stardust. Or if he was Stardust, put him back to, I'm talking like 2015, 2013. Yeah, following Undashing after Damian Sandow, he was getting good pops. Like, again, him going to all these other promotions, Ring of Honor, AEW, New Japan, made him a more well-rounded performer. So he probably wasn't ready as much by that point. But Vince wasn't taking a chance on anyone. He had Cena, he had Roman, and that was it.
In 2013, when Sandow won Money in the Bank, they had the easiest story to tell. After he beats him at SummerSlam, you put Cody against Alberto Del Rio, notable douchebag, Alberto Del Rio. Have him win the title at whatever pay-per-view that is, Breaking Point, Unforgiven, Stomping Ground. I have no fucking
Battleground or some shit. I know you're
talking
about. Yeah.
Capital
punishment. Have him win that title. Have Sandow cash in on him, and then you can keep the World Heavyweight title going. You don't need to do the combination.
Unification shit, yeah.
It's right there. simple, easy storytelling. But then
that's a good idea. It's a good idea, but it's not nearly as good as the idea that they went with Sandow winning it and then losing every match that he had from that point forward, and then cashing in unsuccessfully like a loser, and then both guys he's just completely buried after that. Yeah, it's against John Cena, goes full circle. There you go. So, but why have that great idea when you can just bury him instead?
Yeah, fucking Vince, man,
stupid.
That's a whole episode of itself too.
Oh yeah,
but opening the show with Cena, I understand the merit of it, but literally everybody would fucking leave.
Yeah, I think it's a twofold fuck up in that case. I think you're fucking up the people who paid $10,000 to pay a seat so they could build up to watch John Cena and what should be the crescendo of like an era. It should be the cap on like an era of pro wrestling, right? And to just nix that right away and be like, "Oh, see ya," like how the fuck would you follow that? The whole event is planned around him. The whole event is his idea. So like, I mean, hell, and I glazed up Cody Oba earlier too, but that's the match you put on first. You don't put on Cena Gunter first. Like, and then too, like, I mean, that kind of, if you have people leaving because they saw Cena wrestle, then what does that do for the guys who's trying to put over within his own event, right? Like, wasn't that the whole thing he went on a thing about maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that? It was when he was in the TD, I think. It was when he was talking about how he had the whole event kind of arranged around, new talent versus established talent to really, let people know that the future is paved well, right? The path is paved well for this future talent. And then, you get the fans who have been so invested just to watch Cena, who aren't going to be watching the matches, who are going to be in the building, should be watching the matches beforehand. But now we're going to be like, oh, now I got license to leave. I paid, they got my money, but I guess, well, fuck it. I saw Cena's last match. Bye. And then they piss off. That's how I kind of see it going. Maybe I'm, nihilistic or, pessimistic about it, but I don't see that being a service to anyone in that situation. But I don't know. What do you think, Graham?
No, I completely agree.
If this be so.
No, I completely agree with both of you guys. I think it's stupid as fuck. I mean, listen, I don't think could it work? I guess I see what they're going for. We don't even know if they're definitely doing that, but if they do it, I don't think everyone would leave, but I think it's an invitation to be like, hey, I've seen what I paid for. I'm going to hit the road early, especially if Cena already said in interviews, what you see from the NXT matches, as awesome as this card looks incredible on paper. For as awesome as this card is, he literally told us it is non-canon, which means this shit does not matter. So what's the point of if you want to stay for great wrestling, we would all stay. Would the casual fans that paid the $10,000 stay? Nope. I don't know. I mean, for Cody, maybe to sing his song, but that's about it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with that. And the whole idea, like, I was just going to say,
casual fan WWE Hall of Famer that could be in attendance this weekend because of where this is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Our commander in chief, Donnie J, not the good Donnie that's on this podcast, the other Donnie.
Well, what's the over under on you guys think that he's going to be there? Yes or no? I think I'm going to say, I said yes previously. I feel like the answer is no, but it's possible.
Well, there's no UFC going on this week. So I think, and he likes to go to those events. So I think because it's in DC, I'd say it's 60-40.
Okay. All right. You think they put him on first so he can be there and then leave? Is that why you think they might do it?
That would make sense.
If they did that for him, then that's fucking terrible. But
they're also saying there's a chance that. Hey, we're back. Technical difficulties. Anyway, so they're saying there's a chance Vince is going to be there too. Which if he is, keep him in the fucking back. Do not put him on camera because any goodwill you had, and I'm a fan of Brock Lesnar. People stopped watching because Brock is back. Any goodwill you have with the fans will be gone if you show him on camera. Donald Trump is a different story because he's so polarizing in general, which you can have your feelings on. This isn't a political podcast, whatever. But it's very much like if that's the reason he goes on first, I understand it, but it is also pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah, we'll find out. I hope not. Because if the excuses, which I saw today, let's put it on first so we can give it as much time as possible. Dude, you can still do that if it's the main event. They're not on NBC anymore. If it was on NBC, you'd have to be done by 10. They can be done by fucking 11 or 12. Who gives a shit? Just put on all the NXT matches aren't going to go 30 minutes. They'll go 10, 15 minutes max. Some of them can go 8 minutes. It's not that big of a deal. There's only 3 other matches. Like it's not going to, you don't even have to start or his match at 9:30. And even if they do, they can go for as long as they want. I don't know. I don't agree with doing it first, but whatever. It'll be
the merit in it, but it is a dumb idea.
No, it'll kill the crowd too, right? I mean, they're going to be all exhausted after that, and they're going to be like, "Okay, who's this Solruka girl?" Like, okay, whatever. I feel like it hurts the rest of the card, to be honest with you.
Agreed. Yeah.
But as we talk about that, we'll end with Cena Gunther, like I said, because that should 100% main event. What you said should open, and I agree, Brandon. Cody Rhodes, WWE champion versus Ope-Eh, NXT champion versus champion match. If this is non-canon, Oba should win. Not even a fucking question. Put the stamp on him. Show people why he is the ruler. Show why he is a one-of-one type of talent. Show why he is probably the best talent in NXT that we've seen in a long time, probably since Braun Breaker, that you can say, yep, that's $1 million type guy. Mania main event guaranteed. Have him pin Cody, and then, like you said, Graham, in the future, if they want to run Cody Oba, they can do it very easily off Oba saying, I beat you.
Mm-hmm.
The story's right there. Brandon, what do you think?
I don't know that I'd be so bold as to say Oba wins. I mean, here's the thing with it. Like, Cody, could he afford to lose even in a canon environment? Probably, honestly. I don't know. I feel like we've kind of talked about Cody just kind of. I've thought about Cody kind of coasting along in this current title reign of his, and I think we can probably safely assume that he'll be champion up to Mania. I don't know that I'd be so bold as to put Oba-Femi over him as NXT champion going over WWE champion. Now, what I would probably think is like Oba would dominate Cody Rhodes. Oba would definitely overpower Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could run it a lot like, and this is where I thought should have been a shoe-in for a win too, when it was Cody and Gunther at Night of Champions, I believe it was. Or Crown Jewel, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, it was Crown Jewel. I thought Gunther would have been the shoe-in for that match as well, right? But then you have Cody showing his craftiness in pinning Gunther, and I'm like, I'm not entirely mad at it. Like, do I wish Gunther would have gone over? Could he have earned the win or used the win more? Yeah, I would think so. But I'm not entirely mad at the way it went down. And that's something I feel like we're probably going to see similar happen with the Cody Oba match, in that it's going to make Oba look fucking ruthless. It's going to make Oba a threat immediately to whenever he shows up on the roster. But I don't see him pinning Cody Rhodes as the NXT champion while Cody is WWE champion, like the WWE champion who beat John Cena at SummerSlam. And maybe you would think that, like, with this being the theme that Cena talked about, and like the young stars kind of, you know, getting this way paved for them, then maybe that'd be the case. I don't have the kind of confidence to outrightly say that like Oba's gonna just, like you're saying, Pierce, like definitely beat Cody. I don't have that kind of confidence. I think it's gonna be close. It's gonna be a heater. But in the end, I think Cody very, very narrowly goes over Ope-Eh. So,
yeah, I'm thinking the same. I want Oba to win. I think that'd be amazing. I think that'd be one of the biggest shockers all year. I don't think so. I mean, just coming from the main roster, and I'm not going to sit here and say they don't take all risks, because that's not necessarily true. I know there's been a lot of talk in the last couple of months this year. They don't take enough risks. That is true. But to say they don't take any risks isn't. I mean, the Jey Uso won the Rumble. No one saw that coming for the most part. John Cena turning heel was not predictable. It was a risk that sucked, but they took a risk. So like Oba winning would be like a risk for them, quote unquote. I don't see them doing it. I think they just play it safe and have Cody win. My prediction, I know we said non-canon before. I'm going to stick with what I said. I hate this idea, but this is what I see them doing. Drew getting involved, because we know we're getting Drew and Cody again at some point, and he'll crash the match. Really hope that doesn't happen. I would go with that most likely, Cody winning and then Oba winning as far as what I see happening. So I'll go bullshit finish. I think Oba went like losing clean after a week after winning the NXT title will just be stupid. I don't if they do it in the way that you said, Brandon, where he dominates and then Cody barely wins, I'd be okay with that. I still would not be super happy with it, but I'll say bullshit DQ finish. That's what I'm going with.
Okay. Yeah.
Feasible.
It's all three of those options are completely real. So like,
yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. You know, I like the unpredictability.
That's the fun.
And what I expect is the next match, Bailey versus Sol Ruca. I would expect this to also be the shortest match on the card. You said, maybe some go 10, 28. I would expect this to probably be the 8-minute match.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this is a lot tougher than Cody Oba. I'm 100% in the Oba camp for that. Oba is my guy. I wanted him to be the one to retire Cena, but here we are. I'm going to pick Sol. And then maybe just to prove that this show has some canon, maybe we see the Zarya turn here. I think that would be fun. But I think this is going to be another good showing for Sol. I think Bailey's going to prove why she is forever the most underrated woman of all time. And it's going to put a stamp on Sol as the future of the women's division. And I think we're going to see just a nasty Soul Snatcher from something.
Yep.
I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe Bailey goes for the Rose Plant and she flips out of it into the ropes and Soul snatches off that. Something like that. Brandon, who you got?
Yeah, I got Sol in this one too. I think that with as much as they've been doing with Sol, they put, they slap 2 belts on her. She gets hurt. She comes back in a relatively short amount, at least shorter than I thought she was going to be out for. I think a lot of us thought she was going to be out for. She's incredibly athletic. She can go. She's already got her patch. They gave her SmackDown patch and Zarya a while ago. So, I mean, she's ready to go at any given time. And honestly, and I hate to say it about Bailey, frankly, because she's being one of the 4 horsemen women and just how influential she's been on the industry as a whole. Like, she just had a match with fucking, what's her name? Izzy Moreno. Or she had to tie up with her over at that Lodestone event.
She had her Lodestone camp.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
That's
all the women in there are going to be fucking massive. I mean, and her and Izzy turning up is a massive deal.
That's so cool, man. That's you grow up wanting and dreaming for moments like that, right? And Bailey's an awesome person besides, but I feel like you see a little bit more of that generativity, shall we say, paying it forward with Bailey taking an L for Sol. I feel like Bailey can afford it at this stage. I feel like it would still do wonders for Sol, and it would really put her on that stage in a lot of spotlight, being like, this is your up and up. So
yeah, I agree. I think this is, of all the matches, I mean, a spoiler alert, I guess, for the tag team match, I think this is where the NXT person goes over. I mean, like you guys said, I think Sol's ready now. So it's not really like that bold to say, oh, so Ruka might win because she's from NXT. I mean, she's probably going to be in the main roster within like a month. So this is just a preview of what's to come. I think it'll be a really good match. We could get the Zarya turn here. I know they just made up on NXT on Tuesday. It doesn't mean we can't get a betrayal on Saturday. I'll say so. Ruka wins, and great future for her. Big Bailey fan. Happy for her that she's in this spot. Think it'll be a good match. I think they put Bailey in here on purpose. Like, notice how they didn't put like Io Sky or Rhea Ripley. I think it might be because they want whoever the woman is to beat the main roster woman. So that's why I got Sol Ruka going over here.
Yeah, I fully agree. In the next match, this is actually for the World Tag Team titles. I did not know this was a title match.
Oh, really? Wait, really?
They actually did that?
Yeah, they put the titles.
I thought I heard exhibition matches.
Technically, it does not matter. This is now a canon show.
Shit.
AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, AJ Lee, because they don't have a name yet, versus the bounciest boys of all time in Javon Evans and Leon Slater. Yeah, tag titles are staying on Raw. I think this is going to be. I think Cena Gunther has a chance to be the best pure wrestling match on the show. 100%. This is going to be the best match of the night without question. I think Dragon Lee is another guy, very underrated. Did not get a great start on the main roster because, like all fucking luchadors, they put him with Rey Mysterio, then he gets overshadowed. Putting him with AJ Styles, he's not getting overshadowed.
Yeah.
AJ is going into his retirement year, which is another thing that makes me sad. But it's going to be, these guys are going to show out, and it's going to be fucking crazy. I don't know what's going to happen, but one or both of them is going to eat one of the most insane Styles clashes we've ever seen.
I could see it. This match is going to be crazy, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's great that you got Leon Slater getting some time in the ring with AJ Styles.
Awesome.
Hopefully it serves as a foreshadowing for something that can still occur within the next year. It sounds like, contrary to some reports, that the TNA NXT deal is going to continue. Hopefully they can incorporate some main roster talent in the upcoming year. Hint, hint. I don't know if you can see it. Hang on, let me get a little closer. There you go. But as a foreshadowing with this match, like, we've seen a couple instances of Leon and AJ interacting, and AJ talk about what TNA's meant for his career and what Leon has meant for, AJ's meant for Leon's career, right? And it's crazy to think, like, as kind of a tangent, like, Leon's younger than TNA, the company as a whole. And so they've got a legacy now, as does AJ. And so, I think this is going to be an absolute fucking crazy baller match. Like, Dragon Lee is very underrated in current day. Like, you watch some of his work in like Mexico and New Japan, like, he's generational, frankly. And AJ Styles at 48 years old or something like that is still just doing crazy shit with his body. And, obviously, Leon and Javon, both at 21, they're going to be the future of the industry. Like, I say that without reservation. They definitely see something special in Javon and WWE. They got to have their scouts on Leon as well for when his contract expires in TNA. It's going to be, if they let this go all out, like, this is going to be probably like the tag match of the year. And I got to think back and really scroll through the year again to see like what they're up against. But this on paper,
hard to be FTR versus Brodito, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, but this, brother, like, if there was going to be a match to give that a shot, like, this is the one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And how great that it's for the world tag titles too. When earlier this year, like, we were just shitting on them. Like, those belts were never getting defended. No one gave a shit. It was the weakest match of Mania weekend, probably, when the New Day beat them, the War Raiders, I mean, for the world tag titles. Oh, I can't believe that was a Mania match. On paper, it looked fine, but like I'm a War Raider, Mark, and I was sad for that.
The match was okay, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm glad for the world tag titles. I'm glad for these teams. And yeah, it's going to be a stellar fucking match. I can't wait.
Match is going to be amazing. And I'm still in disbelief that, like, it's awesome we have NXT talent on this show. That's what Cena wanted. Bro, we're getting a fucking contracted TNA talent on a WWE PLE. That is insane. John Cena's
the X Division champ.
That is crazy. Like, that's
imagine hearing that back in like 2008. You know what I mean? Like, when you started, or even after you got started watching, like a couple of years after, like, and beyond, like the X Division, the soul of the identity, the brand of TNA, like, just awesome. Not to make it look like shit, in a way that actually like highlights the potential of the industry and like the cap of the hood ornament of TNA right now, in my opinion. Like, I love it. Pierce, I'm a TNA mark, so but
you are.
I love it. I got to get back on those.
It's a great thing for TNA, especially in light of the announcement they're going to AMC next month. It's perfect timing. Get some exposure for them as well. Match will be amazing. Will it be the tag match of the year for WWE? Maybe. I was at that Full Gear show. That FTR Brodito match was amazing. I mean, that was one of the best matches I've seen live all year. I can't say it will be the tag match. It'll be amazing. But for me, one of the best matches, period, of the entire year, not even just tags, was the triple threat TLC match from SmackDown after Mania.
Oh yeah,
with Profits, Guns, and DIY.
They said, you're not putting us on Mania. Fucking,
yeah.
We're gonna show you why we should have been.
I mean, the SummerSlam match was excellent too. The 6-pack challenge was great. Didn't love the finish and the execution of that, but that's still an amazing TLC match. But this will be great. I got AJ and Dragon Lee winning here. Hopefully we get Leon and Javon one-on-one again soon after that terrible finish at Bound for Glory. So hopefully they're running back soon. I know they were running it back at Deadline, obviously, but like a full actual one-on-one match. But I have AJ and Dragon Lee winning here, retaining the titles, like you guys said.
All right. For that match, we like to say one thing for matches that look like that when we predict them. That match is 100% going to fuck. So
there you go.
In what should be the main event, John Cena has his last match ever, which is just fucking insanity to me still, even though we've been on this 36-date ride. And for me, it's been a 25-year ride, damn near.
Yeah.
John Cena will be facing Gunther, and Gunther won the last time. Is now tournament. You know, it was pretty predictable. I enjoyed the tournament for what it was, minus the Penta match because he got hurt.
That was a shame.
Ziggler and Cardona. I'm not calling him Zack Ryder. I wish he would have came out as Matt Cardona. That's just me. Check out our interview with Matt Cardona if you haven't seen it. He's a great dude. And yeah, the tournament was fairly predictable, minus the semifinals. As soon as LA Knight won that match against Jay, that final became very unpredictable, even though it was going to be Gunther. But the way Gunther won in that match, he said, "Watch how I win this." And he put in a cravat STF and caused him to tap. And for, 20 years, Cena's been saying never give up. I think for the first time since 2004, I understand wanting to give Cena a win on his way out, but Cena's not like that. That's not who he is. He is going to want to go out on his back. And he will be tapping out to Gunther. And I think for the second time this year, we're going to see somebody get announced as an inductee for the 2026 Hall of Fame. I think they're going to put Cena in the Hall next year. It sounds like Batista possibly is going in too. So this could be one of the most stacked Hall of Fames ever. And I fully understand wanting to put Cena over, but I don't think he wants that. I think Cena wants to go out in the way that he wants to, and knowing the type of man John is and everything he said, he is a company man through and through. And giving Gunther both Goldberg and Cena's retirement, and probably Brock's retirement in Minneapolis next year, I would assume, is going to put Gunther in he's going to be the legend killer plus. Like, I don't know how else to put it.
The icon killer.
I think it's going to be just an absolute banger, because Cena, since probably the Punk match, has put nothing on. Even the Brock match I enjoyed. I understand why people didn't enjoy it, but it made sense. Has just put on the working boots and has brought back 2015 Cena for one last run.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be the most technical match of the year for Cena, and it is going to be to his strength, and then that's also going to be the detriment, and he will tap out to that cravat cravat STF, causing him to give up. And that's how you put a wrap perfectly on the John Cena character.
Wow. Hey, listen, I think that'd be an amazing way to go out. I'll say the same thing about the Ope thing. I don't think they'll go that far. I think that'd be great. But here's the thing. I always thought Gunther was going to win in his last match. And my was always like, of the mindset, it'd be fucking stupid for Gunther to lose to a near 50-year-old Cena. But you know what? We just had Cena lose at Survivor Series. We kind of already had that moment where he put someone over. He should have put over more people this year. And it would be amazing if Gunther won. I think Gunther probably should win. But I think they want that feel-good moment. And they'll get that afterward anyway, like with people maybe coming out and announcing for the Hall of Fame. I think they might just go all out and give him the win. I think they want you to think he might tap, because I thought Gunther was going to win at one point. But honestly, there's no way Gunther wins but by pinfall. I think that'd just be stupid. Like, you don't promise to tap him out and then he wins by pinfall. So it's either he taps him out or Cena wins. And I think of those two possibilities, I think they're going to have Cena win. I know you said Cena might refuse to go over, but he usually does whatever the company tells him to do. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, it might be a Sting situation where like the Bucks were like, listen, we're not winning this match. It was like a reverse. That doesn't work for me, brother. They're like, we are not going over. We want Sting to win. And I think this will be the same thing. So honestly, Cena wins, LOL, but in a good way. I think Cena wins come Saturday.
Oh, Cena wins, LOL. Yeah, that brings back some memories. Not good ones, but
no, a lot of bad ones.
Brings back memories.
Yeah, we'll say that much. Yeah, I don't know. It makes sense for Gunther to kind of be, and especially considering like he's effectively in his prime now, right? Like to be the God killer in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And right, he's not like the most charismatic guy. He's funny. Like he's got some mic chops.
Since coming to the main roster are night and day.
Yeah.
He is a good pro now.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put him on like the talk show circuit necessarily. He's not like the most entertaining guy, but like
weirdly enough, he was on First Take today.
Was he?
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, good for him. Well, they must have something big planned for him then, right? I mean, besides just being in Cena's last match, but like, I mean, if they're trying to do a little extra media with him, maybe there's something to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, who's to say, right? But like, you know, I can kind of see Cena tapping in this match for the fact that Gunther, like, I don't know. I kind of, on one hand, I get kind of the vibe of like Lesnar Undertaker, but on the opposite side of the way that I saw it when Lesnar beat Taker, and I thought it made perfect sense because Brock's a fucking killer, right? Like, I feel like with what we've seen from Gunther, like, is he a killer, like, based on a lot of the hype and a lot of what he's shown? Yeah, absolutely. On the same level as Brock, and especially considering the way in which, I'll bring it up again, he lost at Mania this year to Jay. It's a big turnaround. I'll say that about it. Gunther's going to have to carry that for the rest of his career. He's going to have to carry, and whatever much he has left, he's 38, but he will have retired Goldberg and Cena same year. Like you said, there's a chance he faces and retires Brock in Minneapolis next year at SummerSlam. And that's a lot, bro. Like, that's not just one person. That's 3 generational superstars within the course of so when he retired Goldberg. Yeah, I'm trying to calculate about how many months, but like a little over a year. That's a lot to put on even a Gunther. So I'd be very curious to see how he carries that going forward. I mean, he certainly would have to be back in the title picture, I would assume, like WWE title, whatever is the most prestigious championship at that time. Maybe another program with Roman or something. I don't know, something to set him apart. But yeah, there's a lot of possibilities after such an outcome. But I feel like the outcome is John Cena tapping. I feel like you put Gunther in that rarefied air because with Lesnar going out, like they're gonna, and Roman being effectively part-time, you still are going to want someone on the main roster who carries that kind of an aura on a full-time basis. And Gunther fits that bill perfectly for me.
And now giving him Symphony number 9 now back. Not that it's
sick,
theme.
Oh, yeah, I barked for that.
Good, but Symphony number 9 is final.
Oh, it's iconic. Music. It's iconic, dude.
You hear that, you're like, oh, shit, I'm going to die.
It was actually really funny. So he came back to that at the Madison Square Garden Raw when he faced Javon Evans. I was at that show, and like so his old theme, the Def Rebel theme or whatever, started with Symphony number 9, and then it pivoted off to the Def Rebel song. So it started, but then it kept going to Symphony number 9, and I'm like, oh shit, like shit, like he actually's got the song back. And I'm sitting there freaking the fuck out, and like no one around me, everyone was like, what is this psycho like freaking out? Because I'm sure they have
MSG,
no idea.
Really?
Yeah,
well,
I mean,
we
it was
talked
weird.
about it on our Discord.
It's gonna be Mark
As
Galore.
soon as that next part happened, I was like, oh shit, he's got Symphony number 9.
Yeah, at least in my section, no one was. The guy next to me was like, "Oh, that's cool," but I was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is a big deal. Like, he hasn't used it in 3.5 years. I guess I don't know. It was a while ago, so the OGs, I guess, were not watching NXT UK and shit.
Nah.
No, it was a cool moment. I was like, "Oh fuck!" That, and then they had that amazing match with Javon. So yeah, really cool stuff. Glad he has it back.
Absolutely.
But that about does it for the episode. I guess before we call it a day and we all go on our separate ways, let's end this with a thank you, Cena, of course. But why don't we all go? Yep, bow down to Cena. Why don't we all say our favorite Cena match or moment? Just because this is kind of before we next week, of course, we'll get more in depth and really glaze the goat. But for me, I think my favorite moment from him would if we're talking moments in general, the US Open Challenge was just phenomenal.
The whole thing, yeah.
Favorite match though, Cena Punk at Raw in 2013 is probably the greatest Raw match of all time.
Yeah, was that Bleacher Report that put that as their top match for Cena ever?
Yes,
I'm trying to remember who came out that.
Was that you? Yeah, that's why. Or was that somebody else?
I did not write that. Yeah, it was Bleacher. We did write it at Bleacher Report. I did not write that myself, but I do agree with the list, or at least I agree with that number one. I would say so. I have a different number one, and it's also my favorite Cena match. So I'll just take this time to say that my favorite Cena match and what I think should be number one. I think that is one of the best Raw matches of all time, if not number one. I think in my favorite Cena match is him and Punk at Money in the Bank for the sole reason that I think the Raw match is a better match. I agree with that. I've said this before. It's a better match bell to bell. Money in the Bank, though, obviously better build, better atmosphere. Everything about it was insane. And I just think that has number one for Cena for me, and probably Punk too, at least in WWE. That's my favorite Cena memory. Either that match or the Styles SummerSlam match in 2016. I was there for that one. It was incredible.
Sucked the air out of Barclays, and nothing could touch it.
Oh yeah, no, the rest of that show is just meh at best. Yeah, that match was incredible. And Styles went clean. He won. Punk didn't even win clean against Cena ever. Styles did. That was an incredible endorsement, and it made him the WWE champion that he would become a month later after that. So love that match. One of my favorite Styles and Cena matches, respectively.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of a toss-up. I mean, I've been a big proponent, big mark for the match that John Cena and Shawn Michaels had in. I want to say it was London.
Oh, London. Yeah.
Yeah, it was their match that went over an hour, and it was the one match where I watched it, and I had been critical of John Cena and his ability, even prior to that, like, leading up even to WrestleMania 21, like when he beat JBL for his first title. And, they were writing really high on the guy. And then you kind of see like, he's going to be the guy. They had him go over, Edge as quick as he did after Edge cashed in the Money in the Bank on him for the first time. And, that match, though, was what kind of showed me that there is potential in there for John Cena to really go. And like, he will give a shit ton to a match if it calls for, and granted, like, right there, WWE at the time, they kind of wrote him into this particular role to have these kinds of matches. And then, later as time goes on, you see like 2016 John Cena and the US Open John Cena that really showcase like, and then you see it in a lot of cases, right? You see it with like Austin and Hogan, you put him in All Japan, and even Goldberg, for fuck's sake, was doing like rolling heel hooks and shit. I was like, there's something in each of these guys, really, that like, there's sports entertainers that are just like, there's pro wrestlers in every sports entertainer's body, where it's like a lot of these guys are just really itching to show people what they can do. And that match particular was the one that really like lit it for me. I'm like, there's something to this guy. I don't know where we're going to see it. It took 10 years, but I mean, we got there, right?
Cena is pretty, like 2007 and 2015 are just both incredible years for him. like
match-wise. Definitely. But that was it for me, brothers.
Well, that about
and also
for the show.
Sorry,
go ahead, Brandon.
I just wanted to give a very special shout out later for this tour for the fucking PWI 500 magazine cover match that John Cena and AJ had in Perth, where AJ came out and then they both gave each other all the glaze. That was
the
runner
love
up.
letter 21st century pro wrestling. That match is
that was fun. Yeah,
I would give that a runner up. Me personally,
absolutely. Well, Graham, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. This is a blast.
Oh yeah, absolutely, brother.
Yeah, no, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, I know we were talking about this for a while, Pierce. I know we were speaking through DMs and whatnot, but yeah, this has been great. I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm sure I can't compare to Donnie, but I'm glad I could fill in as the temporary three-way here today. I thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll chat again down the road.
Yeah, you're welcome to come on whenever you got time, man.
Awesome. I appreciate that, guys, and keep up the great work. And I'm sure I'll see you guys at a future show too, whether it be Vegas or somewhere else. Not in Saudi. Pierce, like I said, I know you already bought your ticket. I get it. I won't see you there, but maybe in Vegas or Minnesota or something like that. We'll say.
Yeah, we'll set something up, man, for sure. Brandon, you got anything else before I send us home?
No, we're probably gonna be saying it all next week, ain't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna need Sunday off to grieve. I'm gonna need a whole. I might take off all next week from work. I need the whole week.
Yeah, no victory Sunday for Pierce.
Oh no.
Nope.
We had the victory Sunday this week with the Packers beating the Bears. So
yeah, we'll see how your fantasy team's doing then too.
Hey, I won last week, so
ooh, good for you. Listen, I was saying congratulations. Okay, it's late, Pierce. I understand.
Yeah, we went long today. It's the longest episode we've had in a while. So again, Graham, thank you so much, man. Brandon, thank you as always for stopping in. You know, it's always a good time at the Ope-Eh three-way. But as always, this is your favorite podcast saying thanks for stopping to the Ope-Eh three-way. Have a beer on us, and we will see you next time. Have a great night.